So you see, when I was a little man, a little boy, I was very young. I had this long time vision. I had a dream. You see, I grew up without opportunities, but I had a great dream, really powerful. Let me share that with you. So I grew up in a place where farming was intense. We would go to bed without food. And I always tell the story of my mother, how she put us to bed with a bedtime story. See, there was no bedtime story culture. I don't know any other family that did that. She invented that because she had to. There was no choice. How could you put kids to sleep when they're hungry? She would put a blanket in a pot, boil it. And I remember thinking, when is this food gonna, be ready? But then she would put us to bed. Then she started to tell us a story. This is the story she told us. Once upon a time, there was a mother who had many kids. There was a famine in the land, and she could not bear to see kids crying before bed, so she told them a story until they fell asleep. Of course, she had more details to that. I remember with the fatigue, I've been playing all day and hoping to get home and get some food. There was no food. I fell asleep with empty stomach. How the story ended, I mean a bedtime story. She said the kids woke up in the morning, both parents were gone because they had no explanation to the kids who went to bed hungry last night. I woke up without understanding why we didn't have a food. So that is a really powerful, heroic action for a mother. So what was my vision? Yeah, my vision was to create sustainable food. See, there was mostly sweet potatoes. Sometimes we have just sweet potatoes. Don't even start to think in a Western mindset that you can make bread out of sweet potatoes. Nobody knew. Nobody in the village knew how to turn that sweet potatoes into anything except me. Just me. Only me who had an idea. Not to turn into bread. Just to turn sweet potatoes into bananas. How old was I? About 5 years old. Because I see people are so hungry and I loved bananas, I still do. I thought I could just turn sweet potatoes into bananas and feed the village. Well, how did that turn out for me? They created a name for me. See, the poor mentality turns people into poor people because even the kids are given the names that will define the rest of their lives, will destroy their identity. That's how I grew up. So when that happened, the people were watching. Oh, by the way, how did I plan to do that? My lab. See, if you've never been to Africa, they have the best bananas in the world. Not even exaggerating because I've never been to Australia unless any other continent had. Maybe Australia has a better bananas. I've never been there, but I've been to Asia, I've been to Europe, US, Africa. Trust me, Africa has the best bananas, especially those small ones. But if you think those are comes on the truck, it's what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about the ones they cut off the banana trunks and they put it underground for 4 days. When you get those bananas still warm, they're almost like a cooked. They are very warm, they're sweet. Oh, the best. So at the time, we didn't have a banana, we just had sweet potatoes. So I decided to bury sweet potatoes like we did it with bananas. But the problem with me, every few minutes I will check. Is it starting to turn into bananas? No, I was 5 years old. But see, here's the point. I don't want you to miss my point. I had a passion, not just for my village. I had a passion for the dying people, for the suffering. I didn't know how to turn that passion into a most powerful tool to save lives. There was no hope in this whole world to tell me this is how you do it. There was no hope for me. Because people are watching me. That's not the only thing I did. I did a lot of experiment in my stupid lab. I was 5 years old. I never seen a lab before, but I was trying. See, creativity is born with us. So I grew up, 14 years old. Genocide happened, killed my mom, my dad, my 3 siblings. What else can you do? Now it got even worse. I have no idea what to do. I don't even care about anybody. I don't care about myself. The dream dead, completely buried for good. Turn to alcohol. Did I mention I was 14? Alcohol. I started a factory. I cooked it myself. And it nearly killed me. See, what it did, it kind of burned my brain. Somebody may build on this and say, look, he's dead, brain dead. Don't try that. God has redeemed me beyond belief. I was broken beyond repair. I am healed, redeemed beyond beliefs. Because the day Jesus came to my life, everything had changed. I understand everything. I began to understand all what happened in my life. So today I'm not the kind of guy who questions where were you, God, because I know exactly where he was in this crazy world. Well, when I got saved at age 20, things began to change. This is the way I choose to tell my story, because there is a message for a day I just want to give you. It's very important for you to understand, because if I die tomorrow, I want to leave this to you so you understand. Your life means so much. You are born with the potentials. The world has been working so hard to kill it. So if you don't watch out, if you let it, you are supporting the devil. You are supporting the world, the evil forces to destroy you. But you see, I heard somebody saying the boat is fine flowing above the water. But when the water gets to the boat sinks. We are just born perfect, like the army God prepared to conquer this world. We can flow above the world. But when the water starts to get inside of us, we're gone. We are defeated. We are failed project. Let me ask you before I close this up. Have you ever sat down and looked at yourself in the mirror, walked around, took a walk, went to walk, and everything is failing? You feel like you are a failure. You don't just fail, you are a failure. Have you ever felt like you're a failed project? See, being me is the power of God and the choice on my own to accept him. You see, he exposed himself to me. I'm exposing him to you. He's exposing himself through me right now to you. Let me ask you this. Are you going to choose the argument, the world has been there for a billion years, this is that, la, 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 la? Or you're going to close the door and pray in the name of Jesus because you might deny him that he doesn't exist? You find he existed, you are in trouble. If I'm wrong, I will still be fine. But Jesus is real, and he saves lives.